welcome back to Mikey Reacts. Yes, you may be confused because the channel name is Mikey Reacts, but we're branching out into different content. Today we've got an interesting one for you. So I do a lot of content primarily about the United States. I'm moving to the US, so that is actually the thing I'm most interested in. But I also fully appreciate that a lot of my American followers, which I think is probably 99% of you, as much as you love your country and you're interested in facts about your country and culture and the culture of the United States, I think a lot of you have started asking questions about the UK. I think it's interesting because, you know, we share such a common grounds of belief. The Brits and the Americans, we are cousins after all, and we share a common respect for each other. You know, we fought in wars now together for centuries. And you guys really seem to be showing an interest in all things British. You guys are asking questions in the comments, and I'm getting some, you know, mostly all in comments, and obviously over on my Patreon as well, which you can have a look at now. You'll find the link in the description below to my Instagram, Twitter and Patreon. I get a lot of questions about British history and British culture. And to be quite honest with you, you know, my primary interest for the last 5 years has been American history and culture. I've studied it really extensively. But that doesn't mean or take away from the fact that I know an abundance of things about the UK. Of course, it is my homeland. It is a country that I love. And no matter how American I will become, how American my kids will be, of course, I will always have that love there for the United Kingdom because it is the place that raised me. So today we have a great video for you. We are answering answering the most Googled questions about the UK. Now, I really hope these aren't too boring and easy ones, but let's see. If they're obscure, that'd be even better because I might have to do some research. But let's answer and give my best answers to these questions. So let's get going. So we have here, should we just start with, is the UK? Is the United Kingdom? Okay, is the United Kingdom a country? It is a country, but the interesting thing is that globally the UK is a country, but it's actually separated into 4 different countries. I'm actually unsure about how, no, I know how that works, but when you count how many countries there are in the world, do you count the UK as 4 separate countries, England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, or is it counted as one? So it is one entity that works together, but it is separated much like the United States is in terms of states, where actually you have, what we have is called devolution, which means obviously you have Westminster or the Houses of Parliament, which control, you know, wider British policy, or policy of the United Kingdom, should I say, of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And then you have devolved powers, which means Scotland can make its own laws regarding certain aspects, regarding certain issues, as can Northern Ireland and Wales. And of course, English laws are English laws because it is the primary legislative power of the United Kingdom. So yes, the United Kingdom is one country. It is separated into 4 separate countries, which you could see very much as states. You have a base culture that really surrounds all of us, and each individual country will have different dialects of language and cultures within it. Much like, you know, someone from New York and someone from Arkansas or someone from California will share really different experiences in the way they've grown up in their dialect and in their, you know, area-specific culture. So yes, it is one country. Right, what else we've got here? Is the United Kingdom friendly towards the US? It is, of course it is, we know this. We are best friends. We are pretty much the most, I would say, capitalist country in Europe. The majority of the European continent is pretty socialist and has been for a long, long time. The UK has some socialist tendencies, as does the US, but not in a bad way. There are some social programs. It is an integrated program, much like the UK is. You guys do have a freer market than we do, perfectly understandable, but there is regulation in both countries that does regulate things like medicine and stuff like that, which is perfectly normal and okay. But ideologically speaking, we are as similar as a European country and the American and the United States could really be. So we are friends, and we, like I said, we fought together in Afghanistan, Iraq, Korea, which is not known very well, but of course Korea was actually a UN effort, not solely American, but primarily American, let's be honest. Second World War and the First World War. So yes, we have been fighting together for a long, long time. So what else we got? Is the United Kingdom the same as England? It isn't. Like I explained in the first one, England is part of the United Kingdom. In fact, here's a map right here. England is the biggest country in the United Kingdom, and most of the legislation comes from it, and most of the economic power comes from England. Is the same thing? Same question here. Is the United Kingdom the same as Great Britain? No. Great Britain is England, Scotland, and Wales. The United Kingdom refers to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So Northern Ireland is not part of Great Britain. Does that make sense? The name of the entire country is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. That is the actual whole name of the UK. So hopefully that answers your questions. If you have any more questions about that, leave it down below in the comments. Is the United Kingdom an island? It is indeed. Yes, it is an island. Of course, if you know, here's your map, here's your geographic map right here. You can see that it is an island. It is separate from the European continent and doesn't connect to any other continent, or any other landmass. Is the United Kingdom a continent? It surely is not. The United Kingdom is probably the size of Florida, probably, I would say. I'd have to Google that. Interesting one, you guys should know this. I don't know if you do. Is the United Kingdom part of the European Union? No. Hasn't been now for a while. What was it, 2016? It's been a long time now. No. Let's have a look. Or 2018. When was Brexit? Oh, officially from 2020, but the vote, when did it happen? Okay, well, officially from 2020. There have been some, 1 second. Yeah, there have been some problems with it, and there have been some good things too. Let's change this up a little bit. Is the UK still part of Europe? Yeah. You can't leave a continent, so it's still part of Europe, but not part of the European Union. So is the UK a democracy? Yeah, of course it's a democracy. So yes, we have a king, we do have a monarchy, but actually they play a very limited role in any decisions. They don't play any role in any decisions. The constitution of the UK prevents them from doing that. Although the constitution is not written, it's not a codified constitution, it is an ever-evolving constitution. It works in the UK, it's perfectly fine. Yes, it's democracy, of course it is. We have elections every 4 years. We have use the first past the post system, so it's obviously the country separated into constituencies in terms of counties, and everything's added up, and that's just the way it is. So yes, it is, of course, it's a full democracy, with the monarchy really retaining zero legislative power at all. Is the UK a country? Yes, it is. Is the UK safer than the US? That's all subjective, guys. If you live in East London, you're not going to be as safe as if you live in, I don't know, rural Texas, for example. You know, it's just, or even Maine, you know, it's totally subjective. London is a dangerous city. At the moment, you know, if you walk around with an expensive watch, you can probably be met with gangs with machetes that will take your arm off for that watch. It's not uncommon for that to happen. There are stabbings every single day in London, believe it or not. I'd say that London is the most dangerous city in the UK, but that's only because of its size. You have the same situations in Manchester and Liverpool and Birmingham, for example, but it's the same as any major city in the world. At the moment, crime and violence is rampant, which is really unfortunate. But rural areas of the UK, yeah, really quite safe, to be honest with you. I've never been robbed. Nothing's really happened to me in that kind of scenario, so I can only speak from experience. Statistics will show differently. There is a lot of knife crime in the UK, but you'll be pretty safe, if I'm honest. Just you'll find out where the bad parts of town are, like you would in any American city or any European city at all. And that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that and you guys learned something a little bit new. If you have any questions about the UK, you can leave them down below in the comments, and I will either make a video about them if there's enough questions to be asked and answered for, should I say, or if there's only a couple, I'll message you right back. I'll reply to that comment right back and let you know exactly the answer to those questions. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for clicking on it and watching this video and being here with me on my journey on YouTube. If you want to support the channel even more, you can hit that super thanks button and give any amount of money that you want. It can be as little as 10 cents, does not matter at all. The gesture is what is the most important thing. If you want to support me even more, you can go to my Patreon, Twitter or Instagram, give a follow, give a subscription just for $5 per month, and you get weekly exclusive content that you will not find on YouTube. So I really hope you enjoy that content. I will see you over there.